Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Ezekiel. Today, I thought we'd do something a bit different than what I normally do. I was sitting on my bed, right? And I was just thinking about all the crazy random stories that I had, when I dabbled with some substances here and there. And I was like, shit, I have some pretty crazy, intense stories to tell. So I was like, you know what? Might as well make them into like little. I'm not gonna like jam pack all these stories to tell in one video. That's for another day. But yeah. Hopefully you guys do enjoy these little videos and stories that I have to share with you guys. They are pretty crazy. They're pretty intense. All right. I guess the first one I'll talk about is I went to 2 proms. I'll probably talk about the other one some other day. But alright, so one of the proms I went to, right? It's funny how and this was when I was single. I was single for a while, back in high school. This was my senior year. I had gone to this high school, right? And you know what? I think I was already let me see. I think I was already out of no, I wasn't out of high school. Shit. So my senior year, I went to this other high school, and I still wanted to go to the school that I had gone to. That was when I was a junior. I went to a blue. Sorry, I'm getting all mixed up. When I was a junior, I went to a different high school, and then when I was a senior, I went to a different high school. Okay, so now that we got that squared away, so when I was a senior and I went to that other high school, I wanted to go to the other high school for prom, but I did not have a date. I didn't have a date to that prom. I really wanted to go because it was going to be, from the friends that I had there, the few friends that I had there, they were telling me that it was going to be at like $1 million club or something, Club B20 or Club B20 in Long Beach. And I really wanted to freaking go. So I tell my friend, I started telling my friends, the friends that I had there, and I started telling them, hey, I really want to go, like, I don't know if you guys can, like, find me a date or something. And one of my friends, he texts me back, and he's like, a blind date or what? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm like, as long as she's cute or something, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want my date to be ugly. And I wanted to have a good time. I wanted to see my friends there, and I really wanted to go to that freaking club. Anyway, so he hits me back up. He tells me there's this girl that wants to go. She's down. She's like semi cute, and I was like, you know what? All right, sounds good to me. So he ends up setting the whole thing up. We exchange numbers. I text her, she texts me, and he's like, oh, by the way, can you pay for her ticket? And I was like, oh, motherfucker. I was like, you know what? All right, why not? So I ended up paying for her ticket, which isn't too bad, I guess, because my mom, the way she raised me, she's like, the gentleman's always got to pay. So I ended up paying. It didn't really bother me too much. It was like, what, $80 or some shit like that. And anyway, we ended up, I don't think we hung out before that. I think that same day I got dropped off at her house, and that was like the freaking, like the day of the prom, right? I got dropped off at her house, fixed up, looking like a pimp. Anyway, I ended up showing at her house, and yeah, that was our first day that we met. So her friends are there, and we're all getting to know each other. They're chill, they're cool. There's no like awkwardness or anything. I meet her mom. Everything's all good. And so, the limo pulls up, and we get to know each other a little bit more in the limo. We're heading to, where did we head to? We went to go take pictures first. So anyway, we did all that. Fast forward to, we finally get to the prom, right? Now, the thing that I haven't mentioned, this is a drug story. I had 2 pills of ecstasy on me. 2 pills. Well, and what I normally do is I'll hide them in my pocket, in my my pocket. Not in my pocket. I hide them deep in my sock. So I'll just like stuff any kind of drugs that I had. I'll put that shit in my sock. So I have 2 pills, right? 2 pills of ecstasy. There were 2 purple Pokeballs, quad stack. They were wrapped in aluminum foil, super small, really packed in there, and I had them stuffed down my socks, right? So anyway, like I said, fast forward to the arrival of the prom. We get there, and as soon as you enter, well, right before you actually enter the complex, you have to pass this usher, right? So you have to pass this one dude, and then after that, there's a single file line. The guys and the girls. Guys are on the left, girls on the right, and you're going in individually, just like it's an extremely, thorough search, full body search. Like I'm talking about, like they are like really like they're really touching your body, you know what I mean? They're feeling for any little bump, and I start freaking out, right? Because we passed this guy, right? The first guy, that usher, and I was freaking out as soon as I saw that. I looked over at my date, and I was sweating bullets. I was like, holy shit! I was like, I don't want to fucking go to jail, you know what I mean? Fuck, you can count, like, I don't know. I just started like my whole life flashed before my eyes or something. Anyway, I start freaking out, right? I start sweating like crazy, and I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? You know what I mean? I was sober at the time. I didn't, I wanted to go in there sober and then take those pills. So I start freaking out. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And my prom date, she knew something was up, but she didn't say anything, you know what I mean? We were separated. And we get a little bit closer and closer, and when we're like halfway there almost, I look back over at that guy, the usher, and he seemed like a pretty cool dude. He was young. He was like, he seemed like a pretty chill dude. So I go over there, right, and I'm just like, hey bro, I gotta go get my ticket. I gotta go around the corner. My mom brought my ticket. I forgot my ticket. Because you needed your ticket to actually, like, when those guys were patting you down, you need your ticket to actually enter. And I was like, fuck, like, I'm like, I need to go, man. I need to go. He's like, sorry, man, I can't let you. I'll get in trouble. And I start freaking out, and I'm pretty much like begging this dude. Like, I'm like begging him. I asked him, I must have asked him like 4 or 5 times. And I was like, dude, like, man, I need to go. I need to go. I need to get out of here. I need to get my ticket. And I'm like, it's just around the corner. Like, she's just going to give me my ticket, and then I'll come back. And he's looking around, right, to see if anyone's looking at him. And he's like, all right, go ahead, bro. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, oh, my God. Like, like someone's watching out for me. Anyway, so I go around the corner, right? It's like a little parking complex. So I go into there. I reach into my sock, and I shove that shit super, like I'm pretty much like, I pretty much shoved it like deep into my shoe, you know what I mean? So you can no longer feel it in my sock. So I rush over, my prom date, she's like freaking out. She's like, what the fuck did you do? And I don't even think I told her that I had any pills or anything. Not until we got actually in there. Anyway, so yeah. So many fucking close calls. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Like, I have a grip load of stories. So I have a shitload, like way too many close calls. Anyway, we get in there, right? Chilling. We got there maybe like around like 6 p.m. or something, like 7 p.m. Anyway, so we start eating. They had some food there, and then once the club is like popping at night, then that's when I'm like, you know what, time to bring them out. And so I go to the restroom, pop them, head back out, start dancing like a fucking fool. It kicks in, you feel that chill shoot up and down your spine. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't want to, just a disclaimer. I should have put a disclaimer in the beginning of the video. I don't endorse the use of drugs or anything. I don't condone it or anything. I mean, I'm just sharing my experiences with you guys. I personally do not if you've seen my other videos, I do not mess with drugs anymore. 2 years, 3 months, and 1 day sober today. I just want to share my experiences with you guys because I have a lot. So yeah, I thought I'd do this this video. Thought I'd switch it up a bit and do something a little bit different than what I normally do. Let me know if you guys find these if you find this video interesting. If you'd like to support me, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.